Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Football Manager Road to Glory Save the Save, where we take York from the Vanarama Conference North all the way to the Premier League and beyond in Football Manager 2020. In this episode we've got an action-packed episode coming up for you with a game against Ipswich away from home and Bradford in the league. If you are new, if you haven't already, please consider leaving a like, a thumbs up down below, and a subscribe. I've still got my goal of 50 subs for the month of August. So if we hit that goal, I'll be going on to daily content for everyone. So please hit that subscribe button. Many thanks. So where we last left out last time round was with the game against Everton in the Carabao Cup, which we won on penalties. With a Malcolm Boxall goal in the 71st minute. Against Portsmouth, you saw there we won 2-1. That was the other game in that last episode. Since then, it's been really excellent form, to be honest. I've been absolutely delighted with the squad. Gary Ross, Janelle Bennett and Matt West scoring against Doncaster. Against Preston, we dropped out of the Carabao Cup against Preston. It was just a step too far for us. Unfortunately, we lost on penalties there, so it was a close game, 3-3. Against Accrington in the league, it was 2-0. Sam Greenwood and Charlie Wiggett. Chesterfield 2-0. Matt West and Kenny Berry. Matt West, I think, is an absolute machine. He really, really is an absolute baller. I think he's going to be incredible for us. If we can get him in on loan next season again, I will certainly be going for that. But at the moment, Brighton are in a relegation scrap, so they might be coming down into the Championship with us, hopefully, if we get promoted. So they might be reluctant to give us one of their better youth prospects. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's early days yet. Against Coventry, it was 3-1. Gary Ross, Suter and Leif Davis. Ross, again, has been on exceptional form for us. Really, he's under 21 England international from Spurs. I believe we picked him up. So cutting in there with a West knockdown. Lewis with a free kick. Sutter scoring there. Of course, we also had the January, the end of the summer transfer window. I wasn't able to get rid of as many players as I would have liked to. I think we only lost one or maybe two players. Certainly, but as I say, we should be able to get rid of them as the season progresses on. Let's have a look. We don't want to play that again. Let's have a look at the. Hang on, we'll just finish up this. So Oldham against Oldham, it was 5-0. Matt West with 2. Gary Ross and Suter with a couple of goals. I like Suter as well. He seems to be a threat from set pieces, even though he's not particularly tall for a defender. But you can see Jenks bossing it in midfield as I thought he would. Matt West with that burst of pace, slotting it into the back of the net past Herrero. West again, just an amazing play. Into Mills, lovely. Into Ross, rather lovely stuff. Speaking of Mills, our wonder kid, I'll show you him in just a sec. We were lucky basically in the summer. He got a bit of a knock, a couple of weeks knock in the build-up to the transfer deadline day, and we were able to keep hold of him. He's not considering signing a new deal yet, unfortunately. I'd love to get him on a really long-term contract to iron out the issues that we have with his contract, and he's got so much interest in him. Let's show you him actually. So we'll take a look at. Dale Mills here, yeah. So as you can see, he's declining a little bit because he's injured, but even then, not huge amounts. Just an incredible player for a 16-year-old who's just come through the youth team. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it myself. But you can see from he's not wanted anymore. Okay, let's go. I can't offer him a contract yet, but as soon as I can, I will do. Rest assured. So coming up, as I say, we got the game against Ipswich. Big game. Ipswich, big club in the league, and then Bradford a little later on. I will see you shortly for those games. So here we are then, everybody, day of the game itself, squad selection time for the Ipswich game in League One. You can see Sam Greenwood picked up a knock there in the week, so let's do the quick pick. Yeah, Janelle Bennett is fine in that position, very fine indeed. I'll tell you what though, I would like to try a couple of other people, a couple of new signings I think in there. So I'm going to have Sonny Brown. We've got Alric Brown, our other youth prospect who came from our youth setup last time, so I'd like to give him a game. He's already wanted, just on loan though by Blythe, so that's fine. Romario Vieira maybe. No, yeah, let's just and then Danny Miller, of course, but he's just come back from injury, so I don't think I'll risk him. I'll play as Kona for the goalie in case we need to replace Marcel Lewis. So hopefully we can get a good result here. Let's go to the dressing room and give the team talk. So here we are then in the dressing room. I've just asked the assistant, Charlie Oatway, to give the team talk here, and he's done an excellent job, so I don't think I'll be altering that one. As I say, it really is useful having an assistant manager with high motivating skills. So let's play the game. Ipswich from Portman Road, obviously, Ipswich's ground. Big club, Ipswich. I mean, I really think they should be a sort of championship level club. And I know I've managed them in previous saves. I think FM20 might have been the last save that I did with them. Lewis with a free kick. Bennett plays it back to Lewis. Shadow striker Lewis over to Ross. Ross scores. Ross with a header. Excellent goal. Just a lovely team goal. 7th goal of the season there for Ross. Pretty incredible for an under-21 on loan from Spurs here. Let's have a look at this again. Bennett plays it back to Lewis. Lewis in shadow strike. He really is good, Lewis, from the free kicks and such and set pieces. And of course he can do that as well. In open play. Sutra has been booked, yet will ease off challenges. So like I say, I'm really happy with how this season's gone so far. I think one of my strengths, my main strength in fact, in Football Manager, isn't particularly tactics or training or development, although I'm getting better, I think, at all those things. It's squad building. It always has been finding a bargain. A youngster. I never sign anybody over the age of 24, I think, is my limit, really. Although that could change in the Championship, depending on what we can get in. But I suspect it will be the same again, our usual raft of, under 21 Premier rejects and loan signings. Should be able to see us through. I don't know if we'll be able to push up again. Simpson. I doubt we'll be able to push up again into the Prem. But you never know. I mean, it's going so well at the moment. We might be able to do it. Let's go to the dressing room. Give the half-time team talk. Expected to prove a point. Now, we've got some yellow cards to watch out for here. Galbraith has picked up a yellow. Let's have a look in on Galbraith. He's not improved that much, but he's still very good player. Wanted by Middlesbrough. So, worst case, we can always make a few quid off him in the January. And don't forget, we do need to cut down on some of those central midfielders that we got. We have got a huge amount of them just sat there. Some of them not really doing anything, like the player I'm about to bring on. Let's have a look. Yeah, Sonny Graham. I never showed you him in the transfer window. Picked him up for a free. He came in from Bolton on a free. Poor old Bolton. I feel very sorry for them. Bolton was one of the teams I was tempted to do this save with as a sort of a rags to riches kind of tale. Poor old Bolton, like I say, very sorry for how it's gone down for them. Let's bring Ascona on for Lewis, even though I said Lewis was playing well. He has got a yellow there, so I'd like to try Ascona. Ascona is the other player that we have that Premier League sides seem to be after. I think I rejected a 750k bid for Ascona, funnily enough from Villa as well, the same player who were persistent, same team rather, who were persistent. Batty scores in their pursuit of Mills. Batty there scores for Ipswich. Like I say, I mean, Ipswich are a very good side. I'll be happy with a 1-1 draw. And bearing in mind as well, what I show you on the live comms is the live commentaries is the tricky games, the hard games, because obviously you don't want to see us smashing teams all the time. But that's why, you know, sometimes it does seem a bit weird the way the form goes in YouTube vids, if you've noticed. YouTubers will say, you know, oh, we've had 4 or 5 wins in a row, and then you watch them and you don't think the team is that good. Well, they are. It's just that they're playing the best teams in the league for entertainment. We'll put Alric Brown there. Now, he's not a wing-back, a complete wing-back at all. I am training him to do that. So hopefully more game time will mean more experience as a complete wing-back, better positional sense. I would like. It would be nice to have another kid come through our ranks. He was part of the golden generation, if you remember, that we were all hyped for, excited for last season. Brown. Exciting stuff. When you see a youngster come through your reserves, your reserve ranks, it was always exciting to see how they do. I've signed him for good save by Slicker. I've signed him up for another 2-year deal, so he'll certainly be with us, and 2 or 3 others, I think. From that intake. Yeah, we've not been so impressive today, but like I say, Ipswich. Oh, Ross closing down well. Ross with a strike. Allsop saves. Lovely play from Ross there. He's just so much better, I think, than what we've got in Navarro and Viggers. I'm tempted, like I say, to loan out Viggers in the January to continue his development, but certainly Navarro will stick around because for sentimental reasons more than anything. He scored, if you do go back and have a look, if you are new, he scored sort of 30 goals in the Conference North, and then 34 in the conference itself. Incredible player. So I'm actually quite pleased with that, to be honest. Let's go on to the Bradford game, the next game in the league, see if we can get a result from that one. So I thought actually before we get to the next match in this sort of build-up week, we'll do a little look in on our squad, on our team. Let's sort by potential here. So you can see Matt West, did speak about him, absolutely incredible player. He is developing nicely. I mean, his stats, his actual attributes don't look like much, but believe me, those are all the right attributes in the right places for a winger. I mean, crossing, dribbling, very, very high indeed. That electrical burst of pace that he's got there. Okay mentals, nothing particularly letting him down, and good first touch, passing technique, very, very good technique. I think that might be the key for Matt West there. Let's have a look. Boxall is another of the wonder kids from where did we get them from? My brain's gone blank. Obviously from Brighton, where we got most of our wonder kids from. Boxall, another wonder kid from Brighton. I just think he's incredible. Look at that. He just oozes class, this guy here. And his contract with Ipswich is, expires 2025. So I don't think there's much of a chance of us getting him in anytime soon. Teddy Jenks, again, is superb, but because we've got so many players and we'd like to try at least to play some of our own players, it might not be possible to play Jenks all the time. Kenny Berry actually looks really, really good. I don't know why I haven't played him. I think it's because you're allowed 5 loan signings in your matchday squad at the most, and Kenny Berry just seems to miss out the whole time. I might actually play him next game. So let's move on now to the Bradford game and see if we can get a win away from home. Okay everyone, so here we are on the day of the game itself against Bradford at Valley Parade in League 1. Let's do quick pick again, see what it says. Yeah, it wants Matheson in at right back. I don't blame it. Well, I'm not so sure as we want Galbraith is box to box. I know he can play there. I think I'm going to obviously try. I think it's going to say that it's not going to let us have it. Yeah, see what I mean? So no more than 5 lone players. So that's the issue, I think. We're going to have. Let's drop Boxall for Galbraith, and we will put in. Let's put in. I want to see Romario Vieira get a run out. I like Vieira. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, he's never let me down. I mean, he was a yellow card magnet in the lower leagues, but he's never let me down in a match. And again, once again, Kenny Berry and Boxall sit out this time. We need an attacking midfielder on. Full training in 2 days. Where's Ascona gone? Jake Kane can do the trick. Certainly we want Jake Kane. Yeah, Ascona's already on the bench. And we'll put in Jake Kane in for Viggers there. Okay, so that's a good looking side. Hopefully, like I say, we can beat Bradford and get a win away from home here. So here we are then, everybody, at the game itself. Bradford versus York. Like I say, hopefully we can get a win here away from home. But I'll be happy enough with a draw. Again, Bradford, good side. So let's go to the match itself. Kick off. Let's hope for a good game here. As I say, I mean, I'm very pleased, really, with how we're doing in the league. I mean, we did make some excellent signings over the summer, particularly in our loan dealings. Now, as I say, it's something I know that a lot of people kind of frown upon for some reason. It's just part and parcel of the game. Like, you could get the loan signings in, and if you scout out the big boys, their Premier League sides, their under-21s, their developmental players, their under-21s and 18s, you will pick up amazing bargains yourself. I thought that was a goal there from Ross. Let's have a look at what happened here. Bennett plays it back to Galbraith. And yeah, Ross was a little offside. Yeah, you didn't need to head that ball, actually. So you will definitely, by the time you sort of get to this level in your own saves, you will start churning through the loans. And, that is definitely one way to build a club up. Now, it might well be that when you get to sort of the League One or the Championship, you might well start to regret it, but you can always just go back and reloan them or find some new ones. So there's always a sense of progression, if you like, with the club, with doing it that way. Now, I'm a little bit annoyed with the board, our board here at York. Matheson, Suter. Again, not too convincing that from Suter. Well done from Galbraith. On a yellow. Devine over to West. Jinx misses out. Lovely closing down from the lads. A lot of eagerness to close down. And wide by Guthrie there for Bradford. So I'm very, very pleased, as I say, with our form and our performance so far this season. We might well be this season, because there are a lot of bigger clubs around in League One. We might well extend the season a little, perhaps have 2 or 3 more games than we normally would in a season, 2 or 3 more live comps than we normally would in a season. And as I say, especially if we get to 50 subscribers. Slicker with the save there, especially if we get to my target of 50 subscribers. I think I'll need to do it have a little bit more games, a few more games, I should say, each season. Maybe sort of 8 or 9 each season, because if we're doing daily content, that's an extra 2 days worth of upload. Schmidt scores for Bradford. Okay, I'm not happy here now, but I mean, you can't unfortunately in this game, unless you've got some killer downloaded tactic and players, that are far too good for the level. I think our players are too good for the level, but players that are far too good. You can't win every single game. You will have little blips here and there. It's more or less all about how you sort of manage them and get back from them. So who's playing poorly? Matt West is not having the best of games, so we're going to bring on Cox here. We're going to play Bennett over on the left. We're going to play Cox on the right. We're going to play Bennett as inside forward. On attack, we're going to bring in Jake Kane for Galbraith, and then we're going to hit the confirmed changes. So, like I say, I mean, you will get blips on your journey. You will get slight drops off in form. It's more or less a game of how you manage that. If you've got a strong enough squad, then you can always call on other players. That's one of the reasons I did it this way this time round. I've had saves before where I've had only sort of 14, 15 players, senior players, to call on, and done it that way too. I mean, that's a different way of doing it. Let's bring on Vieira for his first game this season. bit of dynamism in midfield. So there are different approaches, that you can do. You can do the loan approach. You can do the Premier League under-21 approach, where you just hoover up everyone you can that comes out of contract. That looks good. You can do the small squad. You can have a massive squad. Unfortunately, that is a loss there. First loss, I think, of the season. 1-0 to Bradford City. The performance was disappointment. Yeah, Charlie, I agree with that. So, yeah, that is unfortunate. I think that might be one of the first losses we've had on camera in a while as well. But like I say, I mean, you can't win every single game. I mean, look who we've got around us, all around us. We've got Barnsley, we've got Hull, massive clubs, Portsmouth, Ipswich, who we played, Plymouth are up there, Coventry, Peterborough. I mean, this league is just... The clubs at this level are so much better than the ones we've been up against recently. So you've got to take a few hits, and roll with the punches. It's about how you manage that throughout the season. Hopefully, this little blip doesn't become a larger run of form. Then we might have some problems here. So let's go to the schedule screen and see where we'll be back to you. Okay, everyone. So here we are at the schedule screen. You can see our draw and our loss there coming up as that horrible orange and green. So that's not so good. Hopefully, we can alleviate that in the next couple of games and change our form around. Barnsley is a big one coming up there, but I think that's too soon for the next video. I think we're probably going to do Hull and Blackpool in the next game. Two big clubs, obviously with previous recent Premier League clubs as well. So that's the game we're going to come back to. As I say, I think we'll do a few more episodes this season, especially if we're going to go to daily content soon. So that's something to look forward to. As I say, Hull and Blackpool coming up for you in the next games. So hopefully you enjoyed that episode, everybody. You can see from the league table, we played 11, 28 points, won 9, drawn 1, lost 1 game so far this season. So still all to play for. Hopefully you have enjoyed that episode. If you have, please leave a nice thumbs up and a comment in the comment section down below. Also subscribe will be very much appreciated. I think it's a Friday when this video goes out, so if I don't see you at the weekend, have a really lovely weekend, everybody, and I will see you on Monday for the whole game.